So apparently the Earth is giving us a refund. Not a big one, just a few quadrillion tons of molten rock laced with gold slowly leaking up from the core. Yeah, you heard that right. According to a new study published in Nature and reported by Kitco News, scientists have discovered traces of precious metals from Earth's core making their way to the surface. Now, before you grab a shovel and book a flight to Hawaii, let's break down what this actually means because this is wild. According to researchers over at the University of Göttingen, over 99.999% of all the gold and other precious metals on Earth are buried more than 3,000 kilometers deep, locked away inside the metallic core. In other words, Fort Knox is cute, but the real gold vault is sitting under enough rock to crush you into a pancake. But here's where it gets weird. Scientists found traces of a metal called ruthenium, or Ru, in volcanic rocks from the Hawaiian Islands that should not exist there. The specific isotope 100 Ru is slightly more concentrated in the Earth's core than in the mantle. These differences are so microscopic that until now they couldn't even be measured. But using new detection methods, researchers found a distinct 100 Ru signature in surface lava that can only have come from the core mantle boundary. That's like finding sprinkles of Fort Knox in your backyard barbecue charcoal. Dr. Nils Messling, one of the researchers, said that when the results came in, they realized they had literally struck gold. Their data confirmed that the material from the Earth's core, gold and other precious metals included, is leaking upward into the mantle and, in some cases, even reaching the surface. Now, according to Professor Matthias Wilbold, this discovery completely changes how we view the Earth's internal structure. The core, he says, is not as sealed off as scientists once thought. In fact, massive amounts of superheated mantle rock, hundreds of quadrillion metric tons, are rising from that boundary to create volcanic islands like Hawaii. So not only is the Earth's interior more dynamic than we realized, but some of the gold and other metals we use today may have literally floated up from the core itself. Let that sink in for a second. Every gold coin, every piece of jewelry, and maybe even the bars backing your precious metals IRA could trace its atomic lineage to the Earth's core. Now, speaking of that, if you haven't yet taken advantage of Goldco's free gold and silver kit, now's a good time to learn how to secure gold and silver in your own retirement savings. Unlike the molten stuff still bubbling beneath the Pacific, these metals are not going anywhere. Now, back to the science for a minute, because this discovery is not just about gold. The process could also explain why Earth's geology has been such a moving target over billions of years. Messling said their findings open up an entirely new perspective on the evolution of our planet. Translation: we're still figuring out how our planet recycles its own treasures. And here's the kicker. This leak from the core is not just a scientific curiosity. It's a reminder that gold's rarity and its presence in our economy is anything but random. Out of all the metals deep in the earth, only a tiny fraction have ever escaped to the surface. And once it's here, well, that's it. There's no gold factory on standby cranking out more of it, which means this is one reason why it's being considered real money for thousands of years. Unlike paper currencies that governments can print overnight, gold comes from deep, unrepeatable processes, literally from the furnace of the earth itself. It's finite, and that's exactly why it has value. So while scientists in lab coats are still marveling at the gold-laced lava, regular folks like us are just trying to hold on to what's already here. And with inflation, political instability, and ballooning debt numbers, maybe there's never been a better time to hold something tangible. If you'd like to do that in a tax-advantaged way, Goldco makes it simple to roll over part of your retirement savings into a precious metals IRA where you actually own physical gold and silver stored securely in your name. And right now you can get up to 10% back in bonus silver plus a free Ronald Reagan silver coin when you open a qualified account. Now, I'm not saying your IRA is going to turn into a volcano. That would make for a dramatic retirement, though, right? But I am saying that having gold and silver you can touch and trust might be the safest way to stay grounded. Pun absolutely intended. Because whether it's molten metal rising from the core or coins stored in your vault, one thing's for certain: real gold always finds its way to the surface. And that's something no amount of printing, policy, or politics can change. So maybe the real lesson here is not just that the earth leaks gold, it's that we'd better hang on to the little bit of it that we have right now that makes it up here.